vape thing's fucked. Not working. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday, 28th September 2022. Welcome to Fire for Effect Live. My name is Chris. I'll bring in the Olive Drab Hooligans in a second. Just a couple things I want to bring up. Oh, there's Jen. I want to thank the listeners, people who listen to this show, not just watch it. I don't really follow my analytics, which I know you're supposed to, but I feel like they skew your opinion on how you're going to run your show. But apparently, we have 5,000 downloads in the last 29 episodes that I've published since we started doing this live. That's not including YouTube, like you're seeing right now. That's straight off. That's audio only, like straight off of Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your shit. Over 5,000 downloads. Canada, United States, United Kingdom, Germany, France, the Netherlands, fucking Thailand. I couldn't believe it when I looked at it. So that's probably doesn't sound like a big number in the big world of big head podcast people, because I thought there was like fucking 8 people. And let's bring the boys in. Mr. Bryce Hooper, Mr. Morgan Warren. Yeah, over 5,000 downloads. So we got to get our audio game better, gents.
Yeah,
no more flushing toilets and fucking grinding weed and kids banging on drums and shit, or my dog will bark in the background here any minute. I guarantee you that. So yes, for all you people who are listening to this after the live show on wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's on the Dean Blundell Network or Spotify, iTunes, fucking wherever, thank you for listening. We will endeavor to up the quality of our audio, because honestly, when Delia said, "Oh yeah, I listened to your pod," I'm like, "You on what?" She goes, "Spotify." I'm like, "People fucking actually listen to this?" I was like, "Wow, we got to up the game, man."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the show. For those of you who didn't live in a cave and don't follow my social media or Bryce's or whatever, young Mr. Hooper here just turned the big 4-0. Congratulations. Happy birthday, bro. You're all cleaned up and all trimmed up, fucking looking hipster.
Look, yeah, feeling lighter. I felt that my hair was weighing me down in some ways. Always on my neck, always bothering me. And to be honest, I think Morgan's beard is longer than mine right now. I did leave my mustache because that's the best part of the facial hair, I find. But
obviously, it is, man.
I left all of the weight, all of it. The rest of it's gone. For those that are actually listening, which is amazing for our international listeners. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
We do appreciate. Are you wearing skinny jeans right now too, or?
I think he is.
No,
he's got a fucking part-time job at a bookstore.
No, my part-time job is the street team that I do.
You're a barista somewhere?
Yeah,
barista. Yeah. See, with that beard, we could put a lav mic on him.
Sorry.
If you guys listened to the first recorded show I did with Bryce, which was, I think, what was it, episode 3?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Fuck, man. Bryce's beard was rubbing the lav mic the whole time. The audio was fucking deplorable. Like, horrible.
Yeah, we could totally redo that one too, because I was in the midst of trying to put names on babies and stuff like that, and didn't want to put some projects in the limelight. So we could definitely
do a 1 year later recap, because I haven't lined anybody up.
Yeah,
I want to do a recorded show again. I'm trying to line up some people, but it just fucking life gets in the way of shit, right? There's my man Ryan.
Oh yeah, and I was expecting at least that.
I'm gonna be in the fucking producer seat the most of the night. As I alluded to earlier, it's Bryce's show tonight, because we're trying to get his own pod going. I'm gonna work with him on that. We don't know what it's gonna look like, when it's gonna come out, but we're gonna start working on that and getting it together. And since it's his fucking 40th birthday, because you only turn 40 once, I was in Cabo for my 40th birthday. Jen was down there with me.
Yeah.
It was a good time, man. Rode Harley Davidsons from from Cabo to Toto Santos to go to Hotel California, which isn't the real Hotel California, because there is no real Hotel California, but that is considered, the
as real as it gets.
as real as it gets, right? So
Yeah.
so
I
yeah,
didn't
dude, you're
realize that
driving the
myself,
ship.
man.
Yeah, man. It
Yeah. Well,
actually, you think that ride would be this fucking magical, memorable ride? No, it actually sucked. You don't get to see the ocean that much. It's mostly through the fucking desert. There was construction. Like it's not that fucking mystical, whatever word I'm looking for. Wasn't that cool?
the big one, man. What drove you to? That's the big one, because that's always myself wanting to do international ride of some kind.
The late Anthony Hammond, one of my best friends who I was deployed with, was a very good friend of mine.
God rest his soul.
He did some close protection work down there, and I'm like, where am I going to go for 40? And we just said, let's go to fucking Cabo, and we rented a villa, and there was myself, Jen, when we were married, Anthony, and Mel Harris. So we went down there for my 40th birthday, partied our asses off. Jen and Mel were in the Jeep behind me and Tony, and we were on fucking Harleys. We rented. Oh yeah, those are cheap, $250 US a day or whatever. So we rented them for a day. We ripped up to Todos Santos to had some food, and I bought a bottle of Hotel California tequila, and we fucking ripped back down. That was my big 4-0. That was the year after we got back from 309. So it was a lot of fun.
Damn. Well, I'm gonna go tame.
So what did you do? Tell me about your big 4-0. What do you got going on?
Well, I slept in.
Hanging out with us today? Like, fuck,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, no.
What's going on? Talk about your birthday.
I slept in. It was real nice. Touched my phone or anything until about 10 o'clock. Then I got up and went and picked up my son, and I got to hang out in the afternoon with him. And Xavier is 18 now, and he's full time in the cannabis industry at a dispensary in town. So I don't get to connect with him very often. So it was absolutely an awesome afternoon. And then my friend Brandon came over, and we went and picked up some water for our street team. By a little bit of water, I say that we picked up 80 of water, or a flat, or a pallet. And that comes in a week usually. And that's by donation, also through Water Warriors or through Above Your Service, if you're so inclined. And then went and dropped that new trailer that Above Your Service was able to get some donations, and we were able to purchase a beautiful 10-foot trailer. Right now it's currently red, and we actually have through an amazing relationship through somebody that doesn't want to be recognized, he's going to help us wrap the trailer. And he doesn't want his logo or his name attached to any of it, just because he knows how much good, just like how the trailer donations came in. Once we put the address out to that we were looking to replace a trailer that we once had in the fleet, we were able to set up the bank account which is heading to a charity status as well. We're in talks with a couple major events in the Edmonton area to maybe help on the back end of things, but that's well early into any kind of business. We've only had the one, and they're looking for home in the end of things. And then once I drop my trailer off, and we're going to hopefully get that wrapped, I basically just came to and set the computer up and jumped onto you guys. Going for supper with the rest of my family, and
awesome.
Yeah, maybe go a little bit.
Well, hey, we'll wrap this shit up whenever you want, because it's your show tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be watching for supper around 7.
Okay. What's the wrap you're doing on the trailer?
So right now it's currently sitting in a red. The red,
I've seen it, right?
Tin or whatever, right? Yep. And we're going to be putting a new Above Your Service logo. Right now we've got that basic one that Dingus by Zazzy, or Zazzy by Dingus, I can't remember now, the marketing company that was doing all of our pro bono artwork for Mr. Hooper and was working with the Herb Clinic.
Okay.
they were kind of giving some amazing stuff on the fly to the rest of us. Ship just going to start costing money, so I had to figure something out because I don't have a pool of money to sit around for marketing at this point. And somebody came through, so it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, yeah. I'm really good at squirrel. Yeah, man. So we have somebody who to pay for and who knows the vinyl wrapping company. Doesn't want any recognition whatsoever other than the great work that it's going to be done into the universe by helping feed the unhoused and find the veterans that need to be coming off the streets. That's basically what's keeping me full-time busy at all times, man.
Shit.
Monday to Friday for sure. A veteran, or if there's somebody in the Edmonton area who's looking to stay busy of some kind, I could have you sorting clothes Monday to Wednesday, making sandwiches Wednesday evening. Thursday is street team. Friday, there could always be a presence of some kind with another organization that I would love to partner with called Pride Corner. They're looking at, of course, a couple of security issues that have been happening. On White Ave, they've had everything from a gun threat to a gentleman who ball bat who decided that they were going to bash the gay out of somebody. And if it wasn't for a couple of grown-ups that just happened to be in the area, man, it was something. So yeah, I could keep you busy all the way through the week. And then of course, Saturday and Sunday, there's always something to do. And then we always do days either at the Veterans Food Bank or at Homes for Heroes, depending on the week. And I'm looking to expand on different locations as well, too, because both locations have caught on so well that they could almost have it every Tuesday in their own location. So wants to host a veterans coffee break on a Tuesday at either 10:30 in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Works for just about everybody on a rotating schedule.
This is in the Edmonton area for everybody watching and or listening.
Edmonton, Alberta, absolutely. I'm also looking as there is a Veterans Association food bank and a home station in Calgary. I still haven't reached out to either of those locations, but I know that there's Edmonton partners that do listen on a regular, like Delia, who works at a regular or on the regular location in Edmonton. That I'd be more than willing to bring the coffee breaks for veterans out into Calgary, because I know there's been an offer. There's been several veterans in the Calgary area that have already asked if they're set up. So I know if there's any interest at all.
I might know
there's
a couple guys down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. There's always a place for a veteran to go and grab a coffee. And if it happens to be a Tuesday, or if it happens to be a Wednesday or whatever day work that wants to host it, we've always got coffee brands that are willing to send coffee if that's the big hiccup where you won't be able to afford the coffee at the end of the day. Arrowhead Coffee or Rampage, Saskatchewan, also has hit us up a couple times with some giant bags of coffee. So ground or they whole bean it as well too. So
I heard Batista brought calzones down yesterday.
Yeah, I missed that event. I hear it was actually a really good time at the Veterans Food Bank. I didn't hear anything about the turnout.
If you are in the Edmonton area and get the opportunity to go to Batista's Calzones, or where he also sells calzones through all the airport and Sorrentinos and all that place. This guy makes the best fucking calzones.
Yeah,
in the city, I think bar none.
The dishes too, to be honest, isn't he?
What's that?
I think he's on.
Yeah, but his shop
to your house
on 118. His shop's on 118, and all he does is calzones. That's it. He's a local Edmonton guy, second generation or first, whatever. His parents are from Italy. Lives in the same neighborhood he grew up in. And yeah, man, his calzones are off the fucking hook. So Rob Sipes brought him down yesterday, and I didn't make it either. But I'm like, fuck, man, I could have went for one of his calzones.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Veterans Coffee Break's a good thing. It's every Tuesday. If we get to branch that out across the fucking spectrum, it'd be a good thing to do.
100%. Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. Even in the Calgary area, I know there's guys that are willing to go out for coffee as long as that's willing to host it.
Well, we're used to going out for beer, but we'll try your coffee break. Give her a whirl.
Yeah. You don't have to drink the coffee. It's fine. There'll be water. Some places will host it that may even have the other beverages as well too, right? It's just I want to provide safe spaces for veterans to get out of their fucking
No, I'm fucking with you, man. I get it. You're not gonna have a veterans piss up nights fucking end up. Well, fucking he'd be hovering over that pole, not sitting on it, wouldn't he? Cool.
Yeah. So going back, what drove you to find motorcycles?
Wow. I'm gonna let Morgan start because my answer is long, man. Let's talk bikes. Fuck, we haven't talked bikes.
Yeah.
Let's talk bikes. Good topic.
Even to that matter, yeah. Why veterans and motorcycles?
Well, let's start with bikes first because I think we were probably all on bikes before we became veteran or before we joined the military. At least I was.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah, they were always around me for sure. My dad always had a motorcycle. I didn't buy my own motorcycle until 2009 after my last tour, to be honest. But yeah, I always had other things to ride around.
I've been riding bikes since I was 11.
Wow.
But I remember,
same here.
Like my old man had we're going back to like 1980 fucking 2 here. So put your helmets on.
Yeah,
we had this trail bike. And it was this fucking trail bike thing, and it was as tall as I was. I think I was about 11 years old. We were out in Canada, Essex country. I was living in Calgary at the time. I grew up there. And the old man's pissing her up. It's the 80s where you neglected your children and beat them, and it was fully acceptable at the time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And he gives me this bike, and he goes, "Hey, one down, fucking 4 up, or whatever it was. Go." Like, no lessons or fuck all. So I get this thing. I'm going. I end up going down this hill, and I fucking crash the fuck out of it. I'm all fucked up lying there. I get it picked up. I'm crying and shit. I bring it up. The fucking headlights all fucked up. He's just drinking with his buddy who was actually in the army at the time in CFB Calgary. And he just looks at me and he goes, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, well, fuck it. Go again." Like, that was how I started on motorcycles.
Fuck yeah.
Mine wasn't quite that. My intro into motorcycles wasn't quite that dramatic. I kind of like yourself. I was like riding dirt bikes and like a couple trail bikes. But when in Newfoundland at the time, you could get a full motorcycle license when you were 16, but you couldn't get a driving a car until you were 17. And I wanted a motorcycle. I've always was. It's kind of story joining Gary. I always wanted to Gary. Always motorcycle. My folks didn't want me to get one, and I had a summer job, saved up money, and a very first motorcycle ever, 86 Suzuki GS 400S. And it's funny enough, my father actually, but
no way.
That thing when I was 16 years old.
That's awesome. Yeah, I had a bunch of fucking junks, Yamaha little 70s, 80s bikes. First bike I bought, because we're all Harley guys and shit now, was not that. Yeah, we're all actually no, we all got bad backs. It was a Suzuki fucking Katana 600.
I had one of those.
Oh wow!
I was a Rice Rocket kid, man. Me and the boys back then.
No kidding, really.
Shiloh, who had this little Rice Rocket. We had the full leathers and the fucking shoey helmets and shit. And then I went through like every I went through every Ninja ever made in the 90s, I think. From ZX6s to ZX7 to ZX9Rs. And then what happened was, how I got into the cruiser world was I crashed my fucking Ninja in Shiloh coming in the front gate. I crashed 2 bikes. One was in Holland a few years ago, and one was in 1993 in Shiloh, Manitoba, when I was at battle school. Teaching, not in the battle school. And I crashed this fucking bike, so I'm all fucked up. My buddy had a 750 Virago. And it's my dog. There he goes. And he had to go on mountain warfare. He's now a light colonel in the Air Force. So he goes, you can use my fucking bike while I'm gone. Well, I get on this 750 Virago, and it's like a fucking lazy boy. It's got no power, like nothing. It's the most gutless fucking thing I've ever ridden. But I'm like, fuck, man.
Oh yeah.
Just wow, this is really, really comfortable. And that was it for me. So that I was done with fucking. I knew I was gonna be done with the crotch rockets, and I'm gonna go into the cruisers. And I went through a couple. I had a VTX 1000, and before I got into Harleys, but like there was an end to the fucking Rice Rocket era, and that was kind of it for me.
So what was the age on that Virago? Can you remember?
That would have been a 92, because we came back. No, 93. We came back from Cyprus. Duncan brought a brand new Virago, 1993, and I bought a brand new 93 ZX6, which is the fastest 600cc street bike ever made at the time, which is why I bought that.
Oh, they haul ass, man.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. It was outrunning every 750 made in 93. I had to have that fucking bike. I saved all my money, my $280 extra a month UN pay back then.
Was that a classic red cherry with the silver trim too?
No, this was like
the Top Gun
maroon and blue. It was a maroon and bluish.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen one like that.
It had the ram air. I'll send you a picture when we're done here. And after I crashed, I painted it all like glow in the dark Imran black. It looked fucking like if Knight Rider, the kit car, was a bike, it would be that.
Yes.
I sold it to a buddy of mine after that. He's a Harley guy now, but fuck that. It wasn't a hardcore pure sport bike. It wasn't a 6R. It was a 6 before they got more aggressive again. It actually had dual trip meters, little bungee hooks for your shit. It was semi-sport touring, but it didn't matter because it was the fastest 600. It was the fastest production 600 fucking ever made. So I'm like, fucking, I'm getting that fucking thing.
Yeah. Any gangster from that era also had one. Like everybody who had one too, man. It's unreal. I think Sonny Carter was also.
Well, he was riding victories, man.
Yeah, that was my very first motorcycle that I bought was actually a Victory motorcycle.
Was it?
Yeah, lime green with pinstripes, man. Yeah.
One was
1700. What's that?
Do you remember the model?
It was a Jackpot, so it had the 257 rear end on it, a big fat
I can
tire.
Right now, hand on my heart, that fucking Polaris Victory made a better engine than Harley makes at the time.
But you're out of your mind. You're out.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you right now, the fucking 107. We're going back 10 years.
So good, they don't even make it anymore.
It's because it's so good.
I'm just saying the engine was better.
You don't have
the branding was fucking horrible. Okay, because every Victory guy, Rob Sipes, who's now a Harley guy, go figure. I said, listen, all you Victory fucking Fruit Loops, you can park all your Victories up. I'll put my Harley at the end, and guess what bike everyone's looking at? Not your fucking Victory. Now fuck off.
Unless there's a catchy paint job.
I'm just saying they made a good engine because at the time the Harley had the 98 and Polaris Victory had a 107. It was a better engine. Fucking cut and dry.
100%. Yeah.
It was a bigger engine.
To upgrade anything.
Depends what you mean by better, I guess.
Out of the box, it was faster. You could go set like
I rode one. I rode it. I'm like, this is a better engine. Fucking hands down, man. Than my stock 96.
Oh yeah. Actually, the guy who ended up with that motorcycle, he got it in a divorce sale, to be honest, and he got little props out to him. He just retired after being an MD-06 for a whole bunch of years as well, too. So he retired as a warrant officer, and then just retired today from what I saw on social media. So little props to Jerry Blank. That's some pretty serious service to the country. So, and I think he still rides it, to be honest.
Wow.
I knew he put a windshield on it, I'm not sure if he's done anything else to it, but
look who's in
Hey,
the
there we go.
house.
Perfect timing for an update on what's going on with.
She's getting all excited. We're
our
talking
sport team.
motorcycles, so she's jumped in. Anyway, I'm not the host. He is.
Yeah.
I love. Tell me what.
Where you're broken and distorted.
Okay, I'm gonna go to a different part of the house. I'm so sorry.
All right, no, it's fine.
No, that's okay.
Dane's
that's
in the
weird,
house,
yeah.
so
You're
hopefully,
good now. I love your hair.
hopefully they don't bug me in here. We might have a great Dane or two in here in a minute. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being
Giant
here.
dogs. Love it.
It's his 40th birthday. He gets whatever the fuck he wants today. Almost.
Oh, thing.
Looking fine and 40.
And he's cleaned
Well, yeah,
up
this
too. Look at him.
This is probably the first time you've seen
He's
me as well, too.
missing-
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, all of it's gone. I cleaned it right up onto my chin
He
and everything.
cleans up well, folks.
So,
100%.
so heading into
Do you feel
Wednesday
40?
evenings. Yes. Tired. Everything hurts. Whatever. That's normal life, people. Is it your dog?
Yes. Sorry, can you hear me?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody loves dogs. We're all good.
Hear me though. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
Absolutely.
where Bryce asks you questions.
Away. Fire away,
Come on,
Bryce.
man. Come in for the big fucking
So
win
let's-
here.
Give us an update on what we're heading into. We're heading into sandwiching Wednesday nights, Thursday evenings. What is our street team looking like?
You got to intro her first, buddy. This is a learning curve for Bryce. This is where you say,
Absolutely.
please welcome Claire.
So please welcome everybody to Fire Claire, the founder of Water Warriors.
Hey,
Welcome.
hey, look at that.
Give us an update.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I don't. I guess it does require an introduction. Yeah, and we serve the unhoused community on a regular basis. Bryce has been the beginning, and we have just continued to grow. We started with a 12-pack of water, and I don't know if you heard, but water trailer, thanks to above your service. Am I on my own here? Am I talking to myself?
No, you're just.
Oh,
I can hear you.
Okay, I just see myself. Sorry.
Yeah, you're full screen right now. That's all.
Oh, great. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've never done this before, so talking to myself. So, yeah, we do sandwich team on Wednesday. All sorts of like the opportunities keep growing. So, like Bryce said, sandwich team. They bust out over 500 sandwiches a week with love, like just the best sandwiches that folks look forward to.
And that's one of the teams that we're actually lacking volunteers right now, because our sandwich team sits at like maybe a 6-pack of people that bust out those sandwiches.
How many is that, sorry?
6 people.
Well, how many sandwiches are you trying to make, though?
500 at least. Depending
You
on
got 6
donation level.
people that got to make 500 sandwiches.
In a total of 3 hours or less, because of the kitchen that we're in right now on Alberta Ave, we only have a window that we're allowed to make the sandwiches as well, too. So that's something else that we are absolutely looking forward to, is having a space of our own that is a certified kitchen, or having a kitchen give us some space that would be available throughout the week to make those sandwiches. So it's not just on a Wednesday evening kind of thing, kind of lighten up that load, or just find more volunteers that are willing to come in on a Wednesday night. Wednesday evening from 4 to 7 at Alberta Ave Kitchen. Otherwise, though, Claire, tell me about the Thursday evening that went from one volunteer or two volunteer. No, you had 4 volunteers at the start and a 12-pack of water.
12-pack of water. And we started when the pandemic happened because they had shut down the water where to access water. And as we know, folks don't just, they use it for all the other things that we have the luxury of using it at home for. We went out there and we saw a greater need within, a week or two. And just as Bryce has been with us since the beginning, we have, how many wagons do we have? Like 8, or we've got maybe 12, and like 8 are fully functioning somewhere in, we've got like 30-ish active on a regular basis, whether they're at sandwich team, street team, whether they're at the sorting event, which also could use some love if there's anyone. And street team isn't their thing. Sorting, without this, it would be extremely difficult to do what we do. It's very organized, has to be very organized to work properly. So, very grateful for the sort of donations into all the different bags. It takes several hours, and they work their butts off for that. So help out. You want to do some sorting?
Yeah.
Claire, just a quick question here. Like, so I know you guys have an Instagram page and Twitter and all that shit, right? Do you put, like, Veterans Association Food Bank, for example, will put on their page what they are looking for either items or volunteer support? Can people find that on social media to find out what those deltas are that need to get met?
Yeah, you bet. We have got, like you said, we've got some social media. You can find our actual website, but it is pinned to the top of our Facebook page now.
Yeah.
So we try to switch.
I'll put links down below to all your guys' stuff, so that people can see it that watch the show, right? So I'll make sure that everybody's watching or listening. I'll get you all the contact information for Water Warriors. Yeah, we're freestyling here tonight, so
I love it. I appreciate it. I have ADHD, so this is perfect for me.
Well, yeah, and then also we take all of our stuff and we have volunteers that go out on Sunday in the River Valley as well. That's another big one. And they're starting to build those winter backpacks that they haul in on a regular basis that has hygiene, harm reduction tools. And we've got probably 6 to 10 volunteers that donate their time all the time as well. And that's just a...
Sorry, what's a harm reduction tool? Because to me, that's a heavy barrel C8A3.
Okay, so on the streets, it changes a little bit different. Harm reduction actually is, it comes in multiple levels of tools. We provide everything from syringes to, I'm not sure the actual, we should have had Roma on, to be honest, for a harm reduction talk, but everything from that you need to use any kind of drug of choice. There'll be a tool that you need, and our team can provide that. So that way it's just one less thing that has to be, hopefully you can take the rest of your money and find something else.
Okay. Yeah. I'm tracking. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. But that's basically the big ones, right? So, I mean, if we're not taking volunteers aren't taking that kind of equipment out and supplying with, we're also giving everybody products as well, toothbrush, toothpaste, that kind of stuff, all the way to you name it, right? Clean socks is all one. We're always looking for clothing donations. If you're cleaning out your closet, that's always a big one. We'll take adult size clothes, especially if it's clean. That's another big one. If it's more than 5 to 6 bags, we'll also come and directly pick it up. or we can arrange for a drop off at. Go ahead, Claire.
Sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say the folks are able to layer with those. With the temperatures the way they get, it gets like cold, and when folks are able to layer, they're able to put more on and to stay alive throughout the night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because 3 t-shirts turns into a sweater, which turns into a jacket that we're providing, that we're bringing out. We're able to bring out more clothing as well too. We were trying to actually figure that out earlier as to how much clothing we take out. We take enough clothes where we're running out all the time is the worst part. I wouldn't know weight wise though. What do you think, Claire? Just by guessing, 1,000 pounds.
That I've never even thought about it.
You're hauling 1,000 pounds of clothing out?
At maxes the trailer out. The trailer can hold 2,000 pounds, but I also bring out 15 cases of water. I bring out our 8 to 10 functioning wagons on top of all of
you're the whole fucking thing. Yeah. Okay.
It's a traveling circus now. It's incredible, dude. But it's one of those things where it maxed that trailer out. And like, hopefully with that fundraiser that I started on Facebook, on my personal profile, I'm looking for some donations to upgrade the truck, put some airbags into it, so that way we can pull that trailer full. We can keep going into the winter time, get some maintenance done into it.
Yeah, for sure.
I was thinking, how many kilometers do you think that your truck alone has put into street teams and put into, I don't know, like the amount of work that Bryce does for Water Warriors, but it is like insane. Driving food stuff, like a big on the books to like a women's shelter, or into the storage unit the next day after street team, and spending an hour to 2 hours unloading. Like it is like truly like that's just like so much for Water Warriors, and we would truly like we wouldn't be able to function the way we do and serve the community at such a high capacity. And super grateful for birthday boy.
Thank you.
There you go. Right. Again, big shout out. That guy, he's got so much shit going on.
100
with everything.
Got to keep my hands busy.
Support Water Warriors YAG, support Veterans Association Food Bank, his own personal initiatives, which has now kind of evolved into 2, would you call it 2 organizations?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I've been, and above your service. Yeah, that's a pretty fucking full plate, man. So I tip my hat to you, bro.
I appreciate it, man. No, it's something that I've always kept myself busy through all of my healing. I mean, even at the start of my healing program, I was second on board to a little initiative called Military Minds that is still functioning. That's a international organization for PTSD. Was the brainchild at the start of it by another veteran in Ontario as well.
I haven't talked to these guys yet. They still around? Military Minds? Still a thing?
It's basically a Facebook page right now. It puts out 2 to 3 articles a day on PTSD or awareness or mental health.
I've been Facebook free for 4 years, just so everybody knows. Proud to say I'm Facebook free for 4 years. But
and Morgan doesn't have Facebook at all.
I've never social media ever.
Morgan is him and Dave, my heterosexual soulmate, roommate, best friend, former boss in the Army. Him and Morgan are the 2 only fuckers I know who have no social media, and I just envy that life.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Dave checks his email like once a week, like I check my mail.
Yeah.
I envy that life.
I couldn't imagine.
That's amazing.
I wouldn't have social media if it wasn't for this, right? Because you got to you got to promote your shit. And but I'm that guy on Instagram who there's three things: food, which is not cool anymore to put up on social media, so I keep doing it. My dogs, which is also not cool anymore, so I keep doing it. And basically promo shit for this fucking pod. That's fucking it.
Yeah, 100%.
But for what you guys are doing, you need to use that because that's the best medium, if you will, to get your message out there, right? Like
100%.
fucking Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever else. Those are the
those are the big ones. If you check any of those or TikTok, we also update our TikTok
shit. Sure, you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got all of the big trend ones. Biggest way to draw in our volunteer base, and we run off of doing clothing or financial. We've got a couple of people, a little bit more than a couple at this point, who donate on our basis to Water Warriors.
Yeah,
and we've got a regular 5 or 6 people that are donating to Above Your Service as well right now in the background. And it's kind of the little things. We need a new wagon. We're able to provide a new wagon. If Sandwich Team is needing a little bit of funds here or there, we're able to provide. We actually just went to the Edmonton Corn Maze with the Water Warriors as a team building event not too long ago, and Above Your Service was able to cover the cost of the entry for every single volunteer that showed up there. So that was also a huge way of saying thank you to our volunteers. That we also try and take out our volunteers on extracurriculars, adventures of some kind. I was able to take some of our regular veteran volunteers, and we were able to go to a WWE Raw event.
yeah.
So that was interesting.
How was that?
Yeah, I used to watch that as a kid.
Me too.
I don't know if
when it was WWF before the hippies fucking tried to sue.
Absolutely, yeah. Morgan,
how
you were a
was
big
that?
fan too?
Fuck yeah, Hulk Hogan, all those guys, Big Boss Man, and Randy Savage back in the day, Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. It was nothing like that.
No,
to be honest, no. If I echo anybody at WWE, or if they're big fans, I apologize because I'm not a regular fan anymore. But it was such a letdown from the era of egos and muscles.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a couple of really cool appearances. There was a South African gentleman who took on 2 other guys around the ring. Like, it was incredible. This man was a fucking giant. Nigerian. Sorry, I'm being corrected.
getting yelled
Not
at.
South African, Nigerian.
That's close.
Yeah.
Fucking close enough.
Yeah, I mean, he was bigger than life, but he was just as wide as just as tall too. It was incredible to see. A couple of really big fireworks. That was that made me shit my pants, basically. But
you went there with a bunch of veteran volunteers from where?
From Above Your Service.
Okay,
so guys and girls that help out in the background that are doing other things. Today, it took 4 volunteers to go and pick up all the water that we got from the wholesale club, and then we had to bring it back to our affordable storage, and from there we had that's all covered by donated funds as well too, right? So
yeah, so you scored some tickets to wrestling and said, "Fuck, we're going."
Do it. Cool. Yeah, good. Absolutely. Good, it was a lot of fun.
Right on.
Thank you, Claire, for your time, by the way.
The water gonna last. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for jumping in, Claire.
Thanks for. I just want to ask, how long do you think that the water that you picked up today is
going to take to go out? 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long it took. It used to last a month, and now we're giving out so much water that we're short within 2 weeks, and we're ordering within 10 days.
Well, yeah. So for everybody watching and listening, we're in northern Alberta, Canada, and it's 28 September, and it's currently 28 degrees out. So unseasonably warm weather. So I can imagine the people in need are going to be fucking smashing water, which they should be. So it feels
Yeah,
like
that
stay hydrated.
heat also just comes out in the winter to the worst part. That kind of stuff doesn't go away. So
No, that's true. You're correct. You have to treat the winter like summer. Go ahead, Claire. Sorry.
Sorry, I just want to jump in here. I'll let you guys continue on with your conversation, but personally was surprised at how many veterans that aren't getting the help, and that someone like Bryce comes along and finds them on the street, immediately have help, and correct homes. What's the name of the what is it called?
Homes for Heroes.
Bryce? Homes for Heroes. That's the one.
Amazing organization.
Yeah, there's so many folks
started
on the street that don't realize that it's there.
Yeah, that's the big one. And I think right now they're almost at capacity is the other one too. I think they're at 18 of 20 units. And then
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And,
yeah, they ebb and flow. I was there a couple months ago when they were at 60%, I think.
Yeah. It's once the case managers at Veteran Affairs found out their doors have been filled up pretty quick. And then once that's full, that's full. Calgary, they've sent up a couple people. We've been able to think about half a dozen veterans off the street. I know we interact with at least 3 to 4 every week that just don't want to come off the street. There's one confirmed that I've known since 2013.
Well, I could tell you, put my hand on my heart, and here's where I'm going to get animated a little bit. The city of Edmonton doesn't give a fuck about the homeless. Not two shits. Okay.
Yeah.
You got a perfectly fucking good remand center downtown that was relocated to the north side a long time ago. What's happening with that building today? That building could be completely fucking repurposed to put beds in.
They could put fresh beds in. And the only problem with that is the unhoused commute to a place like that, because it would feel like being incarcerated. And there's zero control with that.
But you take all the bars and shit out, right? Like,
100%.
You have to repurpose it, and then fucking market it, because you got this perfectly good facility that can. I don't know what the capacity of it is. It's in the inner city ish. That is doing
it's right off the land bridge. It's just sitting there.
The city of Edmonton is more concerned about sending cops down into the river valley to clear out homeless encampments because it's festival season.
No, they're also doing that on a weekly basis.
And they're more interested in spending, what was it today? 170 million or some fucking stupid number on more bike lanes, because we get 4 months of summer here.
Jesus.
Instead of like doing shit like that. And that is fucking bullshit. Okay, sorry, your show tonight.
Chris,
shut the fuck up.
No, I don't know. I think in the city of Edmonton's defense, I think I don't think any city or country really gives a shit about the homeless. So I don't think that's limited to Edmonton. Just
no, but we're here, so that's who I shit on.
No. And the thing is, it's not the city of, you know why they clear all the homeless people out around from Rogers Place, because like the me's and you's of the world, I paid a lot of money to go see the Eagles, and I don't want to see fucking homeless people around goddamn Rogers Place. So that's
right. That's why they clear them out.
So what I'm saying is that the Edmonton Police Service are doing what City Hall wants them to do. And City Hall was elected by guess who? Me and you and Bryce and everybody else. So guess what? How many calls does City Hall get saying, get those goddamn homeless motherfuckers out from in front of Rogers Place?
They were not fucking elected by me. I can tell you that much. I didn't vote for this fucking.
So that's the thing. The majority of people that are going to donate, blah, blah. But the majority of the people have nothing but contempt for the homeless because they're in the way and nobody gives a shit. And to say otherwise, you're lying to yourselves.
No, it's true, and
that's
you hear that on a regular basis, dude.
You're stating fucking fact, man.
Yeah, the ones that are going to sit and park out front of the Spady are going to be the same kind of people that are going to be kind of close-minded on the fact that the Spady Center is a harm reduction where they supply you stuff and you can use your drugs right there. If you're the fucking moron that wants to park out front of a drug use area and then complain when your vehicle is into or damaged or something falls on you because there's a construction zone that's right by, go right ahead. The only difference is some of us are actually going out and helping those homeless people that are trying to better themselves, and there's absolutely nothing that they're trying to do other than live is the big one. Yeah, I get it. They're in their way. But if you're going to actually bitch about it, I haven't even seen you come out once on a fucking street team to come and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
They're in the way when you go to your Rogers Eagles or your fucking concert. They were in the way when I went to the fucking Raw event with my buddies too. But if you were compassionate and somebody actually had a little bit of drive and go out and do something, they could join the rest of us and actually do something with it, because the city of Edmonton doesn't give a fuck about them.
No, I agree with that.
The cities, they don't give a fuck about them either. Yeah, you're right. They go out and they follow the rules and they follow the laws, and they're told to go and do certain things by their commanding officers because that's their fucking job. But the way they go about doing it, that surfaced the other day about the young woman. Yes, she had a knife. She was 5 foot fucking nothing. And this 6 foot fucking 2 City of Edmonton police officer decided that he was going to two-hand shove this woman to the point where there's no way that was excessive force to say that. These guys don't give a fuck. They shouldn't have to fucking do that kind of rhetoric violence because, oh my God, she had a knife. Like, come on.
We don't talk about cops.
I agree with everything you said, Bryce. All I'm saying is that the reason that the police do what they do, the reason that City Hall do what they do, is because the majority of people, you're right, they have no compassion.
No, nobody does.
Yeah,
that's the biggest problem right now.
We need the soothing voice of a woman right now to bring this shit down.
I'll say one more thing, and then I'll pop off and let y'all let y'all finish your conversation. I think, after doing this for a couple of years and having volunteers, hearing folks say on a regular, say like, I'm shocked at what it is, and these are just people. They're people, and they're not doing anything. And I think that like it's as easy as that for an unhoused person. Just go and do that and get out of the way, and stop trying to take my money. But like, it's so it's like how does that person go get a job? They need a resume. They need a computer. Where do they get a computer? How do they find the skills? Where an employer contact that person? What if an employer sees a break in what were they doing in that time? Like, there's so many that take for someone to get a job. It's just not going to do it. And when you've had a whole life of trauma and you haven't had the education, or you haven't had you deserved, or that other people have had, it makes it a lot more difficult. So I think that there's a big misconception of unhoused people out there, and I think they're really doing their best, and they don't have anywhere else to go. If the city was able to say this is where you can go, like, there is a place in Mark, and they have eliminated homelessness. So it's not like it's impossible. It's Paul Hatt did as well. But there's so many steps. It's so complex. I think for anyone that might have a misconception or feel like unhoused people are just out to take your next dollar, I had a street team night and just experiencing it for yourself, and have a different opinion. And it's not just bottles of water that Water Warriors relationship that develop, it's friendships, it's people that we look forward to seeing. Like our team was devastated when we lost a community member last week. And since Water Warriors started, like it's not just a sandwich that Water Warriors passes out. It's an ear to listen to, and it's hope. And someone said the other day, like how much I appreciate the sandwich I get to have, because our whole lives we are constantly put in lines. We get given this and told this is what you get, but to be able to have a choice is a sense of place. That's my ADHD. Thank you for having me.
You're doing great.
Your time tonight.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, thank
you
you
very
so much. I'm gonna pause without further ado. So thank you so much for having me, y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Claire.
Talk to you soon.
We'll send all the links and stuff so everybody knows how to get a hold of you guys and how to help and support Water Warriors. And let's get you back. Let's get you back again. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bryce,
There you go.
just so you know, I wasn't I was just saying, like bigger picture.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was.
I'll tell you what,
though.
Because I get it. I deal with.
Yeah, I don't know, because
Criminals.
I think, like I said, like you said before, like people have no idea. People don't understand. They see what they see. Like I guess, Chris, you can agree with me on this. It's almost like firearms. Like the Canadian government is like, we're going to get rid of all of these firearms. We're going to take all these firearms away from people. Okay, we're taking legally acquired firearms away. Anyway, like I said, people, they don't understand it. It's foolish of me as a legal firearm owner. I need to educate those around me to be like, what they're doing is foolishness and worthless. Right? And it's the same thing. Like, people need a better understanding of the unhoused, of their trials and tribulations, the fact that they are just trying to get. And if people understood more, well, they'd have more compassion. Because I think most people are just trying to get through their day to day, and they don't understand. All they see, like you said, it's not even somebody's trying to take their money, but it's just like, you're like, it's mean and it's cruel and it's totally inconsiderate. You're like, I'm trying to go out and have a nice night out of town, and I got these smelly homeless people around me, and it's very not nice. It's not pleasant.
I'll change.
Do you know?
I'll change your mind.
Here's what's worse. Here's what's
fucking
fucking worse. Is that people in prison, rapists, murderers, and fucking pedophiles get a better break than a homeless veteran.
Yeah.
They get
I can tell you right now, there's a guy.
100% they do.
Yeah,
they do. If they want to get a university education, it's covered. Yeah. If I drag some homeless vet off the street that I found in the River Valley to U of A and go, I want to roll this guy in fucking criminology, he's gonna get fucked off. But if you're a piece of shit pedophile criminal in jail, you get free medical, free dental, 3 meals a day, which we pay for as taxpayers, by the way.
Yes, we do.
It's well over $100,000 a year just to keep a guy inside. Yet homeless fucking people, not just veterans, obviously that's near and dear to our hearts, get fucked over. And I don't know. I don't know what's spent on that fucking out of fucking government money, but it feels like probably not as much as it's spent on the prison system.
Yeah. If there was some way to I don't really have the proper words. Happy birthday!
What was that, man? Happy birthday!
Well, that's a lot of confetti.
There you go.
Everywhere.
That was awesome.
Awesome.
She got me.
You got him. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
I mean, that also means it's like a 30-second warning is all. I think I gotta go.
No,
my truck started.
Cool.
No, hey, Bryce, just take off. Like I said, if there was a way to like normalize the unhoused, but say to normalize the unhoused in the city to the people in the city that don't understand. Because if people had greater understanding, people would have more compassion and probably more willing to donate. And you could probably eliminate the homelessness. Which gets back to my original point of the reason the police and City Hall are drawing them out of there is because people don't understand. And all they see are a bunch of smelly homeless people that are getting in the way of their hockey game.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Yeah,
I totally get it. If there was a way,
Right.
It's
You
almost
know,
like
Morgan's right. It comes down to awareness and education,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's a
Right.
fucking
Hey, you know what?
balance.
that's
If you're
that's the bridge
interested,
that needs to go.
if there is an interested party, they can hit me up on any of my social media links. I will provide that safe space that they need to even be inside of a vehicle for the first time that they come out. The first time that I had a veteran volunteer come out, which we normally limit to what they volunteer that comes out. But this individual brought themselves into the clothing trailer, and they had it taken over in not even 10 minutes. Hey, it was amazing patience
Yeah.
that this person had.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
She's trying to clean up the confetti. Sorry.
Oh, fuck, let her buck, man. You just turned 40. It's all good.
Yeah.
You get a hold of Bryce on all of his social medias. You want to learn more. We're going to wrap this up because he's got to go for supper. No AAR after this, boy. So when I punch you out, go do whatever you
All
do.
right.
Thank you for everybody tuning in. Congrats and happy birthday to Mr. Bryce Hooper. The big 4-0. It's a milestone day. I hope you don't feel like you hit midlife because you're probably past that.
Well past.
And yeah, you have a good one tonight, buddy. And we will. I'll talk to you cats later.
Right on.
All right, fuck, that was good. I want him to drive the ship. Bryce will have his own pod soon, where you can talk about all kinds of social issues, not cannibalism. I'm thinking of that Dahmer series that came out, and I haven't watched it. I probably fucking won't. It's too much for me. Cannabis culture, alternative medicine, things like that. I want to wrap this up. Again, I want to thank all the listeners, the 5,000 downloads over last year. Probably not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it's a lot to me. So thank you very much. Thank you very for tuning in tonight. Our sponsors, Dean Blundell Network, deanblundell.com. You'll find my podcast and many other podcasts, and also all kinds of interesting shit. My man, Positive Mike, who for bringing me the beer. Obviously, Mr. Hooper Inc., Bryce's company. I'm struggling here. And Above Your Service, and the good friends at None Families, Lakeside Farmstead. Jeff None and his family north of Edmonton make the best Wagyu cross beef, which I'm going to demo tomorrow night for a birthday party. I'm cooking a 63-ounce tomahawk, and I think I'm going to do another episode of The Flying Kitchen next week on sous vide. Should you get it? Should you not? So that's it. Let's wrap this shit up. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Have a good night.